Hey, welcome back to another video for Bobb-z Callahan's Word of Advice. And right now, since I am continuing making videos for school-related topics, I thought I would talk about the awesome topic of getting good grades. Yeah, I know this may not be the most fun topic which one could hear about or talk about, but I do believe it is a very important one to discuss, well, basically on any day. When it comes to grades in school, I know you might hear some people say, grades don't matter, don't worry about it. And then you might hear some people say, yeah, definitely do your best to get good grades and apply yourself. Give it your best. If you were to ask me which side I believe is saying the best thing, I would definitely support those people who say that getting good grades is the best way to go. Sure, there may be some classes you end up taking and they will appear very challenging to you. You know, let's say for example, you don't like math and you're taking this really complicated math class. Yeah, you might feel a little discouraged at first if you don't understand what you're trying to complete in your homework, or maybe you get a test and it may not be the easiest thing ever. But if that's a class which you need to take, whether it's required or whether it applies to something you are going to do later in life, it's worthwhile trying to get a good grade in that class. And if you are ever stuck on a subject which just seems to baffle you, or it may appear very challenging to you, do not hesitate to ask questions. Go to the teacher and ask him or her for help. And maybe form a little study group with some of your friends, and you know, if you do that, then hopefully you can try to understand the harder topics a lot better. Yes, if you are stuck on a subject and you're doing all these things, it may take some time out of your day if you are trying to get a good grade, but is it worthwhile to sacrifice some of that time so you can get a good grade? Absolutely. Later in life, certain people could be looking at your grades from the past, and they may make a judgment right like that, based off just your grades. I'm sure that may not be the most fair judgment in the world, but there could be somebody important later on in your life who could look at your past grades and they may think to themselves, hey, that person is either very smart or very dumb, or they're somewhere in the middle. And also, if you think about it, besides the people who may look at your transcript, I think later in life, if you look back on your grades, just you looking back on your own grades, then depending on how well or not well you did, will probably be how you feel later in life on the grades that you got in grade school and college. Me, I think in all my time in grade school and college, there's only one class, this was in high school, where I got a D. I can look back on my entire grade history and remember only one D. The rest of that are some C's, a lot of B's, and a lot of A's. And I am happy with that. And I would certainly hope that you will be able to look back on your past grades later in life and be happy with the result. As I said, I mean, there may be some classes which will challenge you to get a good grade. And you may have to sacrifice some time so you can give yourself a better chance to get a good grade in a certain class. But getting a good grade is the better way to go. When certain people look at your grades later in life, it could help you or it could challenge you. And also when you look back on your grades later in life, you can either feel really happy or really sad depending on what your grades turned out like. I always believe that there's a new chance starting with every day, and if you are already getting good grades, then keep it up. Or if you're somebody who has not gotten a lot of good grades in the past. Wait, the good news is that there's always time to start getting good grades and working for them. And I do believe if you work hard enough to get a good grade in every class, then that work will pay off. So go out and try to get good grades in every single class you're in. And also try to remember what you are learning as well. And I think you will be happy if you end up doing those things. And with that, this is all the advice that I really have to talk about for this video. Certainly hope what I've had to talk about will come in handy. Come back for another word of advice video.